Hello, Lettermen Row readers, watchers, listeners. I am Jeremy Birmingham. This is Birminology. Again, we are welcoming in an Ohio State signee this time, not a commitment. Mitchell Melton from Maryland, linebacker. Some people think defensive end. Let's just dive into it right there. Mitch, what are you doing body-wise? How did the season go? Why are people talking about you as a defensive end? Don't they know how fast you are?
Yeah, I mean, what I'm doing over this off season right now, they sent me a little training program. It's a 12-week thing, so I'm just working on that. I'm starting that next week, and I'm just going to go through that and try to get bigger, faster, stronger for the off season. And it's like I go on May 31st. Getting ready for preparing for that date. And this year was a crazy year for my team. I had 20 sacks, which is different from my 0 sacks from my junior year. So it was just definitely a big step up. So I can see where the confusion can come from for my position, but I think I'm still a linebacker with a lot of good blitzing potential. So.
How the heck do you go from 0 sacks as a junior to,
that's the question.
to 20 sacks as a senior?
That's the question I ask myself a lot, but I don't know. I took pride in it because I guess a lot last year I wasn't really comfortable in the blitzing, but I was still getting to the quarterback. Excuse me. I wasn't really bringing him down, but this year I was like, I can do that, and I have the potential to go get the quarterback in a very speedy manner. So I guess I took pride in it and understood I could be like anyone else can in the country. So
it's funny though. I mean, you're talking about you're a guy that throughout the recruiting process stayed in that 3-star range, and I imagine a lot of that's because of that junior season with 0 sacks, and you didn't go out and do the camp circuit, right? You didn't do all that crazy stuff to go out and search for stars or offers. Really, you still had a Final 3 of Ohio State, Michigan, and Notre Dame. Like, what were these schools actually seeing that they were like, hey, it doesn't matter he didn't get a sack last year. Like, they still offered you, and you still ended up at Ohio State, of all places. So, I mean, do stats matter at all as a high school player?
I mean, I couldn't really tell you, but I guess they just saw my potential as a player, and they knew I could have a big senior year, and they really believed in me. And a lot of these coaches told me that. And I guess, I don't know, they didn't really look at it as the sacks and what I need to get like sack-wise or numbers. They just was like, I had good technique and good fundamentals, and they could really use that for their program. So
the last time I saw you in person was, I don't know, was it the Penn State game, Michigan State game?
It was a game. I remember.
It doesn't matter which one it was.
It was Michigan State.
It was Michigan State, right? Okay, so early October, and to me, you look like you had lost weight since the summer. Was that intentional?
No, not really. I mean, especially right now I'm playing basketball, so I'm definitely losing a little bit of weight, so I got to get that back. But I don't know. I seem to lose weight and gain weight and lose weight and gain weight. So it's just like it varies a lot. So I don't know.
What is Mick Marotti saying that he wants you to be at when you arrive on campus at the end of May?
He hasn't really told me any specific weight. I guess I just got to follow the program to like specifically and keep following that, and just wherever I come in is what they're going to take me as and work with me from there.
How much conversation have you had? There's 14 early enrollees in your class. Those guys have been on campus now for a month. How much conversation have you had with those dudes like Court Williams and guys like that may be playing a position similar to yours? What has been their message? How excited are you for that? I mean, are they telling you, hey, well, this is so crazy, or what's their message?
We're all like in a big group chat, so I see them on campus and everything. I see them adjusting, so I'm excited for that to see like what campus life is like. But I haven't really talked to any of the early enrollees. I've kind of talked to you, just Cody, the other linebacker commit. So that's pretty much the only guy I really talked to as much. So yeah.
Do you think that's you guys chose whether or not to enroll early, and do you think that do you think you're losing something by not being there early?
I think there's an added benefit, but I don't really think it's just another way to do things, another way to go about things, and that's another way that they do it, and they chose to. But for me, I don't really have the opportunity because I go to a Catholic school, and in our conference, of the WCAC, they don't allow student athletes to early enroll, so I wasn't really afforded that opportunity. But I'm still going there May 31st. It was really early for a lot of people, so I think I'll be fine.
Do you think that makes it almost like in a class of 25 signees, when 14 of them are already on campus, and then the other 11 of you are going to be there in June? Mm-hmm. Is it almost like 2 separate recruiting classes? Do you guys feel like you're a part of a different group, or how do you maybe take that? Is it
I think
are you able to stay connected with those other guys? I guess is the question.
I think it might be different, a different kind of connection. But when we all get there and we're all there for the first game of the season, we're all classified as freshmen. So I think we're still one big unit at the end of the day. But some guys might get there early, and some guys might not. So it's just really just.
For you, what has the development been like? I mean, what is the conversations with Al Washington, with Mick Marotti? What are they saying? You know, you said they sent you a packet, but what is in that? I mean, if you could try to tell or talk readers through, or listeners, whatever, watchers, I don't know. They're all those things.
Yeah.
What is it like from that day when you signed the letter of intent? How does life change?
It's just my dreams became reality in a way, and now I'm officially signed to Ohio State University. So that makes me especially a student athlete. And when I graduate from high school, I'll be officially joining the team and enrolling in the campus. So it just made everything more official in a way. It made it like pen to paper in a way. It made dreams reality for me.
Are they sending you like a packet of, oh, this is what you need to be eating? Are they saying no more McDonald's? Like how do they approach that?
They sent me previously mentioned, they sent me a book, and in the back of the book, there's like certain rules that they have. And some of that is like no fast food and eat 4 to 5 meals a day. So yeah, there's definitely like rules I have to follow and get a little bit of guideline for me. So.
Has your mom been like seeing an increase in the grocery bill at home if you're not allowed to eat fast food and they want you eating 5 meals a day?
She always makes a lot of food. I've kind of struggled on eating because I don't have a lot of time in my day. My day is very busy with all the things I have to do. So I have to really like find time to get a meal here and then get another meal here, and just because normally like I can get 3 meals a day easy, but now I have to get those extra 2 meals, which is hard. But I've been working on it for sure. When
you get on campus, it's just that 4th meal is going to be like 4 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Yeah, I've had a lot of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Do you like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches because you're going to be eating a lot of them?
I realize, but no, they're a classic. You gotta love PB&J.
Have you ever tried putting potato chips on them?
Excuse me?
Put potato chips like just regular Lay's.
Pudding potato chips?
Yeah, not pudding flavored potato chips, but adding potato chips to your peanut butter and jelly.
I've never heard of that. I've had it on the side, but I've never put it in yet.
I'm telling you, get yourself a bag of Ruffles the next time you make a PB&J. Put 4 or 5 of them on the sandwich, and it's a game changer.
Game changer.
Game changer. All right. Speaking of game changers, like you are ready to go into Ohio State as a linebacker. As you watched the Buckeyes this past season, it was a new defense, a new linebacker coach, a new defensive coordinator, new defensive scheme. They told you in recruiting, they're like, okay, we're going to do this, this, and this, right? Did you see them doing what they said they were going to do, and how encouraging is that for you as a player, knowing that they did what they said they were going to do?
It was like the biggest thing I did was just maintain the relationship and keep communication at a very high level, and that was like my big, I think, skeptical. Like I was a little skeptical with that, but they really like set the standard for that, and they communicated a lot over the past however long it has been. But yeah, I think that was the biggest thing that I was looking for. And they definitely achieved that goal. So yeah, I was proud of it.
You were worried that once you committed, they wouldn't talk to you anymore?
I thought they would just like send me the book and then say, do your thing and we'll see you when we see you. But nah, it's definitely not been that. So it's a good surprise.
How is your family and everyone? I know your family's got some Buckeyes fans in it. Mm-hmm. How are they handling this new reality? I mean, Mitchell is going to Ohio State, right? Like, how are they handling that?
I think they're just realizing that their last child is going to college, and that's a big step. And then now they're empty nesters in a way, so they got to get ready for that and trying to get me out of the house as quickly as possible. So I don't think they're really as focused on the school. They're just really focused on me finishing high school with a diploma and getting to college.
They're not packing up and moving to Ohio to see every game or anything like that.
Well, I'll just stay tuned because it's to be determined in a way because I don't know what they're doing.
I mean, believe me, it wouldn't be the first time that's happened. A lot of parents end up doing that just to be able to be around. But
but they're really going to Ohio because my sister is also going to Wittenberg and Springfield, so the whole family essentially is in Ohio. So they have a lot to think about for that.
How different do you think college football is going to be as opposed to what you've been dealing with in the last couple of years in high school?
Um, I think it's going to be a lot faster. I think it's going to be a lot more scheme, and because these offenses they operate at a very high level, and I have to adjust to that. So I think it's going to be more technique than just raw athleticism and ability. I have to worry about the neck up stuff in a way, not the neck down, and just focus on what these offenses are doing, what they kind of do to the defenses, and how we can stop it. So
Ohio State has a new defensive coordinator with Kerry Combs. He's a secondary coach by trade. You've been obviously close with Al Washington. Larry Johnson recruits Maryland, so I'm sure you've gotten to know him as well. How much conversation have you had to this point with Coach Combs, and what has been your initial impression of him?
I haven't had a lot of conversation with him, but I heard he was an NFL guy, so I know he's very professional and about the business. So I'm excited to work with him.
Do you think that it's a negative when you have a defensive coordinator that is really known for coaching one position as opposed to the other? I mean, are you worried that he's going to be only focused on the DBs, or do you not care because you know Al Washington's going to be your guy anyway?
I think he was hired for a reason, and he knows what he's doing. So I think if he's going to be hired as a defensive coordinator, he's going to worry about the defense and not just one position. So I trust the Ohio State coaching staff and what they're doing. So
when Jeff Hafley left, everyone sort of focused on the defensive backs and the players that he personally recruited and checking in on them, being like, "Oh, are you staying? Are you going?" Was there any concern for you once Coach Hafley left, or was it something that didn't even cross your mind, like, "Hey, I maybe I should look somewhere else"?
No, it wasn't too big of a deal. I understand why he left, and he took a head coaching job at BC. So I wish him the best, whatever he's doing. But no, I didn't really change my decision.
Did the schools that were still in the mix for you when you committed, did they reach out and be like, "Hey, this is you? Are you interested?" Or had they all pretty much filled their spots? Or I'm just curious if they were attempting to use that unrest to their advantage.
Yeah, after I committed, it was kind of pretty silent from all the other coaches. So I think it's been main communication just from the Ohio State coaches at this point.
What are your biggest concerns about the adjustment in life when you leave home in 5 months?
I think me being independent and on my own, I have to really just be on top of everything, and time to management is going to be a big deal. So I think it's just taking care of what I need to take care of and doing what needs to be done in order to be successful is going to be the biggest thing for me.
Well, look, Mitch, it's been good to talk to you again. It's been a while, and I appreciate you taking some time to sit down with myself and Lettermen Row, and we will look forward to seeing you on campus this summer. Until then, keep working, and we'll check back in with you. All right.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. This has been Jeremy Birmingham for Lettermen Row. That's Mitchell Melton. We will talk to you folks next time. Thank you.